Good evening and welcome to Formula Pi Challenge Round 2, Part 1. Tonight we'll be cracking through 6 heats out of the 12 that we've got to run over the next 2 days. My name's Claire Pollard. As usual, I will be guiding you through proceedings here tonight and getting on with the robots racing that we're going to have here. As you can see, the Trollbots have been launched tonight and they are in some horrible positions. There are 3 on the first straight, 2 on the second straight, and nothing for the rest of the track. So you've got a free run, but that first straight is going to be an absolute nightmare. Tim's been out with his best troll face on tonight, with a little hat on. He has a special hat, you can't see it, but when he wears it, we know that he's enabled troll mode, and he is ready to cause havoc with everyone in the vicinity. This is looking horrible. I don't envy you guys tonight. This is going to be tough. So I've got all of my things wound up here ready to go and I'm not organised. Good news. The 3 robots you can see there, you've got one in the middle and the 2 either side of that robot sandwiched are in fact the 2 competitors we're going to have starting off tonight. First up to run this horrendous gauntlet of robot nightmares. SpinView is slowly booting itself up. There it is. Pops up eventually. It just is a lot longer than it takes me, I always think. First up tonight, we've got the Solar Cats from Albuquerque, New Mexico. They are currently 13th in the overall standings. They've come second in their first challenge round and second in their race. So hopefully tonight they can go one better and go for that first place and absolutely nail it on. And yeah, good to have them back. This is their second season of Formula Pi. Did really well in the first season, and it was good to see them back this year. They also have a team that competes in Pi Wars as well. Not the same team, but a different team. But they are still very, very good at that too. And next up, we have Team Yoshi, who are currently first in the overall standings. This is their first Formula Pi season. They've got a first in their challenge series and a first in their race. So looking very, very strong tonight for Team Yoshi. Although I've seen Tim feverishly on the old radio in the corner of the room. I believe he's going to be doing a restart, so we may have a couple more minutes to wait before we get racing underway tonight.
Okay, we'll stay on channel 2.
Excuse me, fluffing my throat. Oh no, both robots are okay. I can see both lights are there. We have first the Solar Cats on the left there with the red light, and Team Yoshi on the right there with the green light on.
We're getting radio interference.
Oh, were we? From what? Who's on the radio? Was there some lorry driver somewhere? Possibly just to like break a breaker.
We are ready.
Go send them off then, please. Yes, I've done all my bits and we're all good to go here.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck, everyone. Yeah, I think that is needless to say. Yes.
Please start the light signals, please.
Good luck. Hello if you're in the chat, if you've just joined us. I will be updating the live scoreboard that Pico has so lovingly designed as well tonight. Fingers crossed, everybody! And the green light signifies they're away. Oh, that is Solar Cats just squeezing through that little gap there, and they are having a think and then moving off. So Solar Cats seem to be doing very, very well here. Lovely start from them, and Yoshi are away too now, so that's great. Solar Cat could here be going one better. They usually watch in class. They are very lucky. They get to watch this for work. That's amazing. I'd watch it. I'd love to watch this in class. Like when I was at school, I'd have loved to watch this, or at college, it'd have been brilliant. But it looks like the Solar Cats are doing very well here. 1 lap in. Yoshi not doing so well on the avoidance. I can see little lights are there, just flickering away, but nobody's quite home. Solar Cats seem to be doing very, very well. We've had a bit of track maintenance today as well. The lovely Paula has been up there scrubbing the track, making sure that all the black marks are off it from the testing that we've been doing during the week. So the track is clean and shiny. Also, incidentally, I should probably update you all on some of the mysteries that we saw last time. So, do you remember that the last race that we had, everything was a bit weird, and testing as well, everything was a bit fishy and we couldn't quite work out what was going on, and it seemed to be consistent behaviour across the robots. On further inspection, when Aaron looked at oh crikey, all hell has broken loose. Now of course I've stopped talking about the racing. It looks like Yoshi's stuck and Solar Cats are struggling to get around that first robot, but still having a go. There they go, they've got around it, that's good. But yeah, there was people were struggling to get off the line. There were people with some very weird same behaviours across the robot. And on further inspection, we found that there were some issues between the new version of Raspbian that we were running and the images that were coming back from the camera. They appear to have these weird banding effects across the images, which made the tracks look very, very different to what they would normally look like, the robots. So that was confusing their colour sensing. We figured out that there was a problem. We've rolled back to a previous version of Raspbian across all of the robots, so that we can at least rely on the behaviour from previous series and we don't have to worry about this colour issue now. But we are fully investigating it further to ensure that all the robots will be fine for next year, because we're not sure what's causing it at the moment. If you check out the forum, there's a post which is called Starlight Image, and Jamie was the first to point this out, the IT guy, and he showed the colour banding effect across the image, and you can see it really clearly. Tim looks like he's trying to say something, but he's got no microphone tonight, so he's silent.
The problem has now been identified. I think Aaron needs to do a check on a resolution change.
Okay.
Which is a slight coding change, but I think we'll definitely have that in next season's default code.
Good news. So Aaron has found the problem, and it's a resolution image issue. Ooh, timer. That is 3 minutes. It's a resolution image, so a resolution problem with the image, so that will be put into next year's code. This year we're going to continue with the older code just so we can manage it, so that we're not chopping and changing halfway through the season and making it difficult for you guys. So that is it for our first heat. Solar Cats have got 5 laps there in the bag, pushing them up to first place in their challenge round, so congratulations Solar Cats, good win there. And second place for Team Yoshi, who seem to struggle with the avoidance with having the robots close by, so that won't do their challenge any favours. But it's still early days yet in the season, anything can happen, and we will see how that affects the leaderboard. I'm updating the live leaderboard as we speak. Still Team Yoshi are at the top. It looks like the Solar Cats have now jumped up into second place as it stands at the moment, but we still have quite a lot of competitors still to run. So that's great news for Solar Cats, jumping up 11 positions in the leaderboard. Fantastic. Good to see. So Aaron is resetting the troll bots, and as he does, I'm going to tippity tap on the keyboard of doom and make sure I save that before I start spinning around for the next contestant. So next up, we have John Satterfield, who's a previous Formula Pi competitor. He was in the first season of Formula Pi when we had the tiny teeny Yeti Borgs. There's still no name and no address on this thing. It's just question marks. So I'm having to relay this information to the people. Yeah. John Satterfield, question mark, 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 question mark.
Is it possible that John Satterfield has not sent us or is it?
It's a name on my list, so it doesn't say team question mark. Anyway, he has done Formula Pi. He's got a non-start and a 5th in his first race, currently sitting in 23rd position. Next up, we've got AFK CLJ from San Francisco in the USA, coding for a long time, they say in their biography. They are currently also sitting 23rd with a 2nd and a 5th so far in their racing, yet to get off the bottom of the leaderboard, but it's all to play for tonight. I seem to remember they did quite well in testing when we ran last week, so things were looking up for the team. Hopefully they'll do well tonight. Tim Freeburn.
We are not quite ready yet.
I know, because I'm trying to be very prompt tonight.
You are good.
Because you always tell me off for gassing away with people.
You're doing really well.
Yeah, thanks. Trying my best. Because I'm always told off for talking too much. So I'm trying tonight to be quick because, we've all got homes to go to. It's a busy night, so yeah. How is everyone? It's been a busy old week, hasn't it? I probably should say thank you as well. I can't. This is going to sound a bit weird. Thank you, people on Twitter who've been talking to me this week, particularly James from Raspjam Berlin and the Raspberry Pi Foundation, actually, for sending me some messages over the last couple of weeks. I can't tell you why it's cheered me up just yet, but this time next month I should be able to tell you why I very, very much appreciate your tweets this week, and they've made me feel a lot better, so thank you. All will be revealed in about a month's time. Tim's got his thumb up, so let's go, please. Yeah, so watch this space in a month. Exciting things coming. Oh, and both robots are away. That looks like, on the left, John Satterfield getting a flying start through that gap and then straight through the second gap. Brilliant. John Satterfield is away. No trouble for him getting through the Trollbots. It looks like AFK CLJ are struggling, but they have got through the first pair of Trollbots. Oh, John Satterfield just nailing the back of that robot completely. You can see the little piece of black tape on the floor that tells us where it needs to go back to. John Satterfield struggling. AFK CLJ has now overtaken and gone round them. This is busy. Ooh, John Satterfield struggling now, but it's level pegging really as it stands. Both robots struggling to get round the two Trollbots that they're stuck on. That sounded quite a loud bang because the door's open. That was a robot flipping over, or was it the gym? It's difficult to tell which noises I'm hearing because of the door being open. Exercise people, honestly. Who'd have them? John Satterfield struggling with the upside down right now, but will probably get a second lap in here before AFK CLJ, maybe. It's going to be close. Hasn't quite crossed the line yet. He is struggling with these two. AFK CLJ have now pushed that Trollbot. Oh, they could make themselves a little bit of hard work here. If that third Trollbot gets pushed into the gap, creating a wall of trolls, we are in trouble here. Tim Freebird, did you think of that? He did think of that. He's nodding and giggling like a manic child in the corner. But it looks like John Satterfield has realised this problem and is now pushing the other Trollbot out of the way. AFK CLJ have gone through. John Satterfield, I don't think has done a whole lap in the return, so I believe he's actually done 2 laps. I think Aaron might have missed a lap count there. We'll have to watch the replay. I'm not sure if John Satterfield went all the way back round the track again. I will flag that in the review later. Looks like AFK CLJ now are definitely in the lead. Settled down now, but only 50 seconds to go. Not long now before the end of this round. Oh, very wiggly. Also should thank people on Twitter as well who have been DMing me through the last couple of days and checking in on me. Lucy Rogers particularly, Mike Horn, Hannah of Hob Hackers. Thank you, because it does mean a lot. There's a lot of things happening at the moment, a lot of wheels moving. In about a month I'll be able to share with you all of the good news. But yeah, it's been a busy few weeks, I think. Dead heat here now. Ooh, who's going to get this? Ooh, this could come down to the wire. Ooh, it could go... Oh, well, I never. That was close. So close there. They could have... Either one of them could have taken the win there, but it was just AFK CLJ's for the taking due to John Satterfield getting hung up during that time. That is a difficult one. But I will get Aaron to review that because I wasn't sure if John Satterfield came around and did a full lap and missed one, so we'll have to look at that, Tim Freebird, on the old review, please. So there we are. That moves AFK CLJ up into 11th place provisionally now, with John Satterfield. Let's have a look, see if he's moved off the bottom. He has, now in 16th place. Looking good. Good start. Liking this. Right, let's get back onto... Too many windows open. Too many windows. Not enough eyes. Right, let's wind up the old spin view whilst Aaron is replacing the trolls and turning on the robots and introduce our next 2 robots tonight. On the left-hand lane with the red light underneath their robot is the Think Robot team from Villeneuve-d'Ascq in France. They've had many years of coding experience. So far this year, it's their first season of Formula Pi. They came first in their first challenge heat that we had about a month ago. They came 4th in their race and 16th overall currently in the leaderboard standings. Looking to improve on that tonight with possibly either a first or a second. I'll pop them up a couple of positions, which would be great for them. Next up, we have Rasparis dell'Inferno. Raspberry Pi 4-time entrance now, proper regular in this series, part of the furniture. They got a third and a fifth in their first two series. In the third series, they narrowly missed out on getting into the final, which was a real shame. This year, they're back for more and hoping to make it 3 finals for them. They are currently sitting 15th on the leaderboard with a second in their first race outing. Looking good for them this year. Really loving the snow as well, feeling that right now. It's too hot in the UK. Everything's melting. We've run out of ice cream. It's horrendous here. Tim's Australian, and he's struggling. And if the Australian in our house is struggling, then I know it's hot. That's how I measure the heat. I don't measure it with thermometers. As if Tim's whinging about it, then it is too hot, generally.
That's about anything above 18 degrees.
Anything above 18 degrees, yeah. Hence why he's here. And not in Australia, where it is too hot for everything. And air conditioners are but a myth here. We don't have them. They don't exist. AFKCLJ in the chat. First successful race. Yes, it was. Congratulations. It was really good. Nicely done. That's done you the world of good and popped you up the leaderboard now. So, looking good. What can I say? Building it for next time. Smash it now. Are we ready, Tim? Yes, please. Send them away.
Alright, start the light sequence, please.
Gave me a thumb up just as I looked at him. It was good timing. So, they're away. Very tentative start there from the robot on the left, which is the Think Robot team, but Raspberry Inferno just slamming into the back of the first troll. They've now beached themselves. This is maybe a long 3 minutes if nobody moves. Oh, maybe think of the We Are Scientists song that did. Nobody moves, nobody get hurt. That's... yeah, go and check that out. The first We Are Scientists album was very, very good. Is it Nobody Move, Nobody Get Hurt? I think it was. It's a good album. It had cats on the front. This is partly why I like it so much. And one robot has freed itself. The Think Robot team is now dropped off the top of that robot, but still struggling to get past the first Trollbot. Rasparastal Inferno, wheels are spinning, but not really going so far this time round. And they have released Think Robotics. Pico in the chat pointing out the Rasparas were fastest in both testing sessions. The curse of the chat, similar to curse of the commentator, I believe. You point out facts like that and it's all just going to go pear-shaped. As I always do. Oh, they're doing really well. Oh, no, they're in the gravel. It's the curse. It's, you know, one of those things. Alright, so here's Think Robotics. Can they squeeze in a lap here? Yes, they can. That is one done. And bashing into the back of the Trollbot, flipping themselves back the right way up, and going back the wrong way round the track. Ugh. Agony. Let's see if they can reverse this and come back the right way around. So here we go, crossing the line now, really grazing the sidewall, but that's quite a good tactic. Liking that. Nah, there's never any robots on the outside. Nah. Remember that for next time, Tim. He's taking notes. He's taking notes. Good strategy though. Hug that wall. Hug it with all of your might. Ooh, can we go left? Oh, also, whilst I'm here, because, you know, I like to use this as my little platform for shouting at people. Lots of love to Tanya Rai at the moment, who is obviously fabulous, but is currently trying to make her way to the New York Maker Faire by building lots of amazing things like jewellery and things like the resin cactus pot that Tim bought. And it's brilliant, it's beautiful, it has arrived. We are trying to find it a suitable cactus to adorn its beautifulness. But check out her Etsy shop. There's a link on her Twitter, so she's at Tanya Rai. Go and check her out and see what she's up to and see if you can help her get to Maker Faire New York. I might need to spell that. Let me find it, because I always forget there are U's and A's where I don't expect them. So that's it now for Think Robotics there, taking the lead there with the 3 laps nailed on. No laps, sadly, for Rasparastal Inferno, getting hung up on that first robot and really not making much progress.
We can check it afterwards. I think it did, yeah.
Yes, please, Tim Freeburn.
We are just trying to figure out whether it crossed the line at the timer or not.
Okay. So there could be a +1 on Think Robot Team's lap count there.
Before everyone goes and watches the replay and listens to my timer going off, they need to remember that there is a 2-second delay between my video.
Okay, so we can't hear you, right? So tonight you might hear a little timer in the background, which is Tim's phone telling him that 3 minutes are up, so he knows when to end things. But the video is on a delay between what's in this room and what's happening upstairs. So if you hear Tim's timer beep, there's about 2 or 3 second delay. So ignore the verbal beep. If you're going back and you're going to go and try and pick out whether they crossed the line or not. But we will do all this later. I'll put another star next to that one for me to remind us to just check those both out. Because it is tricky. It's not easy counting these robots. They're pretty feisty at the best of times. Let's just head onto Twitter at at Tanurai, Tanurai. Go and check out her making things. The Fish channel is her channel on YouTube where she's making stuff, and she's got an Etsy page associated to that. Go and check it out, please. Thank you kindly. Bing bong. I should have a little noise, shouldn't I, when I do these public service announcements. Right, things were halfway. We are actually halfway now. It's quite good. This was rattling along tonight. Sponsors. Always have to do sponsors. Always have to thank people to say thank you for supporting us, because we do appreciate it. Everybody who tunes in every week, everybody who helps us out with the forums and everything else, and also to people like POSIX who provide accurate indoor GPS positioning systems. We use them in the Raptor Borgs, which we'll be doing trialed later on in the year. Tim Freeburn, it's definitely happening, isn't it? Yes. He's hiding. Next up, Mod My Pi, our friends down in Tunbridge Wells. Lovely reseller of all things Raspberry Pi. Go and check out their shop and go and buy some things, please. Next up, Electromaker.io, hardware hacking community. They have 3 teams in this year's Formula Pi, really smashing it. All 3 of them doing very, very well. So go and check out their forum and write some blogs and help them out with helping other people. Next up, IQ Audio, lovely audio DACs, hats, and lots of ampy things for the Raspberry Pi. If you love sound, go and check out their hats. They are second to none. And next up, Pi Moroni, who I mentioned earlier on, with the lovely Tanurai working for them too. They have lots and lots of beautiful things, especially the Hyperpixel Touch and even Non-Touch. Both very, very beautiful, back in stock as far as I'm aware. Go and check them out. If you'd like to sponsor Formula Pi, please drop us an email, info@formulapi.com. We're on Twitter, @formulapi_. And we're on the internet, in all the usual places you may find people on the internet. I will do the spin for you, yes, Tim Freeburn, with your little spinny finger. You should turn that into a little disco dance. It's very hypnotic. You really, really spin it around. I mean, I know Kylie Minogue is from your neck of the woods. We could get you some little hot pants. You could spin around and start singing that when I need to do spin view. Next up, we have Mary Pipins, one of the aforementioned Electromaker.io teams that I said earlier about. They are from Poole in the UK. They've been coding for 4 to 6 months as a team. This team is currently 13th in the leaderboard. They came first in their challenge round and 3rd in their race, which has given them some good points to start with. So hopefully looking to extend their points tonight, push themselves maybe into the top 10. Could happen if they get a good result here. Next up, in the lane next to them, from Sydney, Australia, we have Red Pie Racing, who are currently 4th in the overall with 2 firsts in their challenge and their race series. They've done very, very well so far. I believe, did they end up in the Gravelin testing? I think they were the ones that threw themselves. Somebody did last week, and I seem to remember it was them. I could be wrong. I probably am. I invariably am. But it's good to have them back, and it's great to see them here for another challenge. Fingers crossed they can keep their unbeaten record here and push themselves up into 4th. So consulting the table, I believe the only reason they're in 4th is because of laps. I think that is literally it. I think they've done fewer laps overall, which has pushed them down the leaderboard. But that's not to say that they can't still smash it tonight. I think 8 was the most we've seen in the challenge series, doing the avoidance really, really well. And hopefully we'll get to see them do more tonight. Please, Timmy, send the robots on their merry way.
Okay, start light sequence, please.
Still slightly devastated that Mary Pipins does not have a little handbag or umbrella that she can use as she is launching herself around the track here. It would be really nice. A little handbag of infinite things, like a bag of holding. Oh dear. These trolls were so inappropriately placed tonight. You've really, yeah, Tim is chuckling now in the corner. So inappropriately placed. Let's see who can get through here first. It looks like Red Pie Racing might break the deadlock. They are through. Yes, they are through. That is Red Pie Racing on their way. Upside down, but they are in the S's, coming into Headbanger and about to pass back onto the first straight. Let's see how they do. Ooh, just crashing into the back of that bot there. Having a reverse and then having another go, and then a little sort of sinusoidal wiggle as they came up to them. It was quite hypnotic. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is... Oh dear. This is not looking good. This is a quite... Oh dear. 2 robots beached on other things, and my chair is squeaking in sadness at the events unfolding in front of us. 2 beaches, wheels are spinning, nobody's home. I know it's summertime, but we really need to always a bit of movement. Can they get off the wall? Can Mary Pipins get off the wall? Can they do it? I think the trolls are going to win this round. They'll be taking full points back to their little troll den under the bridge where they live. This is... Oh! Devo. I was just... mean. Really mean. Time is ticking away and nothing is happening. Tim's just moving the cameras to let us know that the feed hasn't broken. That is the scene on the first straight. That is the scene of the accident. That is Mary Pipins that you can see beached up on the wall, and Red Pie Racing similarly beached on a troll. Never thought that would be a sentence that I might utter. Beached on a troll. Trolled on a beach. Oh dear. These troll bots are mean tonight. Is there one more challenge before we finish this year? There is one more challenge before we finish this year, isn't there? Yeah. I've got a timer on my screen. I know how much time there is left. Yeah. It's just for you. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. Oh dear. This is not what we were hoping for Red Pie Racing. After their fantastic start to the season, the rookies are not having a good time. And Mary Pipins as well. I mean, I was hoping that both would do well. I like seeing the new kids doing well, and that is it. Done. Such a shame. Really, really bad luck to both of those teams. Hopefully, you'll get a little more luck when it comes to the next race that we have in 2 weeks' time. So that is 0-0 across the board there. Nul point. Meaning that Red Pie Racing stay in 5th position. Mary Pipins, I've lost sight of them on the list. They are 17th now after shuffling about provisional positions, obviously, because we're going to review a few things, check some stuff, twiddle some numbers as we normally do. Still want to get you those hot pants, Tim. I want you to be like Kylie Minogue of Formula Pi. It'd be really nice. So, whilst Aaron repositions the trollbots and sets off the next set of robots, I can introduce them to you. Next up, we have Chitty Chitty Pie Pie, going along with Mary Pipins, another Dick Van Dyke special. They are currently sitting 3rd in the leaderboard, so another great start for the first time team this year. They've got a 2nd and a 3rd in their racing so far. Looking good, strong positioning. Hoping they will have a little bit more luck than their colleagues at Mary Pipins, but yeah, really enjoying these lids with the films on. Next up, we have Megawatt, who are currently 17th in the leaderboard. Another another first-time Formula Pi contestant from Sydney in Australia. XLVBA is their coding experience, and they've done that for 10 years, which is really cool. It's the first thing I learnt programming. Probably 20 years ago, when I was let loose with Microsoft Office, and I was wanted to code, and that was all I was allowed to do. But I can't imagine anything different to Python. Is it like the polar opposites? VBA and and Python quite far apart on the spectrums of programming. Tim's wiggling his head. They are both high-level languages. Okay, I'll give you that. I've been doing some Python. Don't tell anyone. I've been learning. God, you guys don't know you're born. Really. It's so straightforward compared to my day job, which is Fortran. I'm like having to do memory allocation like by myself, thinking, oh, this is horrendously, like lols, passing around pointers and allocating things and then doing all my own garbage collection. You guys, honestly.
Well, we'll get you to compete then, won't we?
Well, I want to. We did discuss this, that I should take over the house robots.
Okay.
So then every time, I don't have to race every week, but I can at least do some really ridiculous things. I've done a little bit of image processing, I've done some stuff with scans. Well, what do you want?
Hey,
In Fortran.
It's easy.
In Fortran. It's fine. What's the worst that can happen? I'd be awful at this. I would really be bad. Yes. Please, send them off.
Okay, start light sequence, please.
Yeah, commiserations, Philip. You will at least have the logs. Everyone gets the logs back. You will definitely get some good images out of those and some things that you can learn from, definitely. Oh, Megawatt just ramming into the back of that first troll ball, like no holds barred, straight in. And now, it looks like I've got through. Yes, so good. They are through. Struggling with the second bot though. Can they make the move? There's little bits of black tape there indicating where the troll bot started. Now both robots are through. Yes. Good. We're going to get some laps here on the board for these two. Can they get around that last one? Yes, they can. Oh, that was wonderful bit of avoidance there from Chitty Chitty Pie Pie. But the wide line has meant that Megawatts could get back in. Now both of them slamming into the back of that troll bot and causing each other some problems now before they have a reverse. Oh, bit of a set 2 there, but they're off again. Both robots away after bashing into each other. But this looks good for the Chitty Chitty Pie Pie team. Hopefully we'll bump up their position a little bit more. Good stuff. I'm consulting the leaderboard currently. I believe that they got 5 laps in their first challenge heat. Can they do better than 5 tonight, Chitty Chitty Pie Pie? Let's see if they can. And I think, if memory serves me right, they may have been part of that huge lap count race where everybody got around the 30 lap mark. So they have a lot of laps, which is why, despite getting a second and a third, they have all of the laps, which has pushed them up the leaderboard. And this year, laps win prizes, as far as I understand, in my limited understanding of Formula Pi, as is. But it's good that we've given more weighting to people who go further, so kind of rewarding good driving regardless of where you come, which is good. I like that. It's nice. So Megawatt now got 2 laps in the bag, but causing Chitty Chitty Pie Pie some headaches here as they come into the S's, but Chitty Chitty Pie Pie have managed to get around. This is looking great for them. Having lots of banging because the door's open because it's so hot. It's just above where the door is, that Megawatt robot there, which is doing a flip that's right above the door, right above our heads. So, can Chitty Chitty Pie Pie make it 5, equaling their first challenge round results? Yes, they can. Can they get one more in here before the time is up? I think they probably can. I'm going to say they can. Let's be bold. So they round that back. I see Megawatt is rounding that corner. Oh, they stopped them in their tracks. Megawatt. Oh, but they're free. That was quick thinking by the Chitty Chitty Pie Pie team. Here they come. Lap number 6 in the bag. They are not going to get time to do a 7th lap. The average lap time is about 15 seconds. But some of the avoidance there from the Chitty Chitty Pie Pie team is really, really good. That's Tim's phone beeping to let him know that it's all over. And as we can see on the screen, it is all over. But a fabulous start from Chitty Chitty Pie Pie. Really wonderful stuff there. So they got 6 laps in the bag there, and that will give them first place. Megawatt with still a good 2 laps. That is a good result for them. So, as it stands, don't mean to get you excited, the Chitty Chitty Pie Pie team, but that actually means that actually put you on top of the leaderboard provisionally. There are still some people who could run and beat you. Wacky Racer could come and do lots and lots of laps and get round you, but other than that, your Pico Hulkenborg is in the playing. If he does, what are we saying here, 16 points, 8 laps, 10 laps and wins his heat, that could be unsettle you from the top, but at the moment, looking pretty good in provisional first place here on the provisional leaderboard. So good run, well done Chitty Chitty Pie Pie, great start. So this is the last heat for tonight. We've done real quick tonight. We've really rattled through these. Which is good news for us because I can go home for my dinner. Forgot to eat before we started, so I'm actually quite hungry now after a busy day at work. So for the last time tonight, let's wind up Spin View and get the next 2 robots introduced for you for tonight's racing. Next up, in the left-hand lane with the red light on the bottom of their robot, is Sheldon's Fury from Waterbury in the USA, dabbling in code since 1996. The dog is Sheldon, good doggo, looking strong there. Currently 7th on the leaderboard, with a 2nd in their challenge round and a 2nd in their race. Looking to go 1 better tonight, much like the Solar Cats earlier on. So good luck Sheldon's Fury tonight. And in the outside lane, we have returning Formula Pi competitors, Team Lamillo from Sedgefield in the UK, currently sitting 14th on the leaderboard with a 2nd in their race and a non-finish result from their first challenge round. They finished off 13th last year in Formula Pi, so looking to hit that top 10 this year. Good luck, Team Lamillo. I'm rooting for you. Their dad does a fair bit of coding. Kids do Python at school. And I think I said before, I'm well jealous because I did not get to do Python at school. I was let to do VBA very, very quietly. When my teacher saw that I'd done everything I needed to do for the day, he was like, just go and mess around, you'll be fine. I won't tell anyone. Good stuff. Yeah, best teacher ever. Noticed that I really enjoyed computers and was like, she'll be a programmer one day. And then I went and did maths. And then ended up programming anyway. So he was right, ultimately. Please, Tim, send them away.
Okay, then start light sequence, please.
Right. Green, red, green. See how we do. By the way. Oh, Sheldon flying through that gap. Just lining it up. Setting it back straight through the middle. Threading the needle both times. Sheldon's off. He's gone. The Lamillo are off as well, giving chase. This could be... Oh, that Trollbot, though. That last one. That's mean. Oh, 3-way pilot. Oh, lifting up. Lifting up Sheldon's Fury. He'll be furious about that. Straight over the top. Oh, dear. Now Lamillo's pointing at the sky. We have not painted the ceiling of our offices, so that will be no good for the logs. You get a nice view of the spiders that live up there, though. Say hi to them for us. Can either one increase on their 1 lap each? It looks like the green bottomed robot Team Lamillo has got themselves away. Sheldon's Fury is struggling. Oh, let's see how they do. Come on, guys. Let's have it. Oh, bit of a yawn. Sorry. Okay. 2 laps there for Lamillo. Looking good. Can they do any more in the last minute and a half of this evening's racing? Tim's looking really intensely at the monitors. Looks like Lamillo might have got stuck now and Sheldon have come back through. Still haven't completed their first lap. Oh, sorry, have completed their first lap, haven't completed their second lap. Oh, squeaky chair. Oh, not looking good for Sheldon's Fury. He's going to be angry, going backwards. Turning round, and he's off back the right way round now. Ooh, that's not looking good. Can they squeeze in a couple more laps? Oh, I thought they were going to get down the side then. So after such a promising start, it's slowing down just a little bit. Not looking so good. Ooh, come on, Limillo. 30 seconds to go. Can they get any more laps in here, or is that going to be it? I think now they've set off the wrong way. This could be unlikely. It's going to be nip and tuck getting a lap in here. They'll have to get a clean one. It's going to be a clean run. Can they do it? No. Quick avoidance there. Spin around and off we go again. Just glancing that robot and they're free again. Can they do it here? It's going to be close. It's going to be really close. Will they just do it? Ooh, point that, so that'll get them the extra little 2 points that they need there. Just to squeeze in at the last minute there. But that is a win for Team Limillo with 2 laps there. Lovely job. Whilst the leaderboard updates itself. Beep boop, beep boop. There we are. So that's it for tonight. Racing done, in the bag. That is half of the heats completed. It looks like from the leaderboard provisionally right now, Chitty Chitty Pie Pie are sitting pretty at the top. The only people who could unseat them are Wacky Racer, who are running tomorrow night. They would need 5 laps and the win to go joint 6 laps, and they would take. We'll see you next week. I think our stream just dropped for a little minute there, but we're back. Yeah, I think our stream, we've having stream trouble. I'm not quite sure why. So, I'm not sure why that dropped out, but we're back again anyway. So we'll see you all on tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.